My son collapsed at my feet without a sound, blood on his collar. His left arm folded wrong, like it forgot how bones work. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. The room went quiet, not because the base was silent, but because 40 men stopped breathing at the same time. "Dad," he said. His face barely moved. One eye was already gone. "Mom's new husband did this. His police friends said they'd kill me if I told you." I looked at the class in front of me, men I'd trained to break other men without raising their pulse, men who knew restraint better than mercy. "Who wants to help my son?" Every hand went up. I gave them one address, no more words were needed. I didn't always live like this. Once I came home on weekends, I grilled chicken. I believed loyalty was a given, not a liability. My wife used to stand in the doorway and watch me with that smile that meant she felt safe. We built something quiet, or I thought we did. Then I deployed for 9 months. When I came back, the house smelled different. The laughter stopped when I walked in. She hugged me like she was checking a box. That's when I learned to listen without reacting. I noticed patterns before proof, late nights justified by overtime, her phone face down, a new respect for cops she never had before. When she said his name for the first time, it slipped, casual, practiced. I didn't confront her. I never do. I watched. I logged. I waited. The message came 3 weeks later. Not to me, to him. She left the tablet on the counter while she showered. "He's gone again. I wish you were here instead." I didn't feel anger. I felt clarity. Divorce was quick. She already had her exit lined up. He showed up at mediation in uniform, chest out, badge gleaming, tried to shake my hand. I let it hang between us until he withdrew it, embarrassed. He smiled at my son like he'd won something. That's when I memorized his face. After the divorce, my son stayed with me whenever I was stateside. He didn't talk much, neither did I, but he trained. Discipline gave him balance. Strength gave him silence. Then he stopped answering his phone. He showed up at the base at 0400, limping through the gate like he'd been dropped from a car. The guards didn't recognize him. I did instantly, even with half his face broken. They'd taken him to an alley behind a bar. Police jurisdiction, no cameras, hands and boots. Then the warning, "Your dad doesn't scare us." They underestimated what fear looks like when it's quiet. I didn't call lawyers, not yet. First, I called favors, old ones, the kind that don't expire. We didn't touch the wife. She was already empty. We focused on the man who hid behind a badge and the men who thought it protected them. No footage, no witnesses, no mercy, but also no bodies. Dead men talk to no one. Broken systems confess. The first night, a patrol car stalled on the highway, electrical failure. The officer inside panicked when the engine died and the doors locked. He resigned 2 days later. PTSD, early retirement. The second night, Internal Affairs received an anonymous package, documents, recordings, patterns, enough to crack the precinct spine. Men started calling in sick, then injured, then gone. No one could prove anything. They only knew someone was inside their walls. By midweek, the husband stopped smiling. He stopped sleeping. He stopped wearing his uniform. The badge stayed in the drawer like it was radioactive. I visited him on Friday. No warning, just a knock. He opened the door and flinched when he saw me. His eyes went to my hands. Always the hands. "I didn't touch your kid," he said too fast. I stepped inside without asking. His living room smelled like fear and cheap whiskey. I sat down. He stayed standing. "You didn't stop it," I said. "That's worse." He started talking about stress, about brotherhood, about how things get out of hand. I let him. When he finished, I told him everything I'd already done. Not details, results. 14 resignations, 8 hospital beds, 6 men who wouldn't answer their phones anymore. His knees buckled. He sat. "You think this is over," I said. "It's not." I slid a folder across the table. Civil suits, federal inquiries, evidence that would surface slowly, painfully, publicly. "My son will heal," I said. "You won't." I stood. He didn't follow. A week later, the precinct was hollow, leadership gutted, careers ended. The husband disappeared into a town where no one knew his name. My ex called once, crying, asking what I'd done. I didn't answer. My son's arm healed crooked. He says it reminds him of what matters. He trains again, slower, smarter, watching. Sometimes I stand in front of a class and think about restraint, about how power is loud only when it's weak. Justice doesn't need witnesses, it needs patience. I didn't destroy a man. I removed the illusion that he was untouchable. That was enough. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories.